Okay, good morning. My name is Hermione Parsons, Industry Professor and Director of Deakin University's Centre for Supply Chain and Logistics. As we gather for this meeting, let us take a moment to recognise the traditional lands on which we do our business today, acknowledging the elders past, present and emerging of all the land we work and live on with gratitude and respect. I'm delighted to welcome you to the launch of the Australian Guide to Implementing Food Traceability, an important milestone in the work of the Centre for Supply Chain Logistics is undertaking in food traceability. Food traceability matters to our agri-food sector. It matters because it's what consumers demand. It matters because it represents a significant growth opportunity to expand our agri-food sector. And it matters because, in a very real sense, it represents the future of the industry: collaborative, digital, automated, personalised, sustainable, and most importantly, transparent supply chains. The COVID-19 pandemic has accelerated a number of trends that were already on the horizon: a growing demand for health and well-being products that are ethically and sustainably sourced, an increase in dine-in ready meals, and an increase in the take-up of online orders. Changing consumer demand, has brought new growth opportunities. A recent CSIRO report found that the growing interest in healthy and sustainable lifestyles could be worth $25 billion and make up around 10% of the value of Australia's food and agribusiness sector by 2030. In our globally connected world, consumers are more informed, more connected, and more demanding about food provenance and product claims, and trust in our food supply chains has become integral to consumer decision-making. But technology also enables greater surveillance capability, uncovering more food safety threats, and with the potential to undermine trust. At the same time, mobile devices have accelerated the power of consumers and increased their demand for verifiable information. And remember that while consumers have always been able to vote with their wallets, they now influence not only what they buy, but what others buy too. We are already being pressed to supply chain level traceability by regulators in our international markets. In 2018, Russia launched Chesny Znaktom, its first nationwide digital track and trace system. In July 2020, the United States Food and Drug Administration released its new era of smarter food safety with a stated aim of achieving a more digital, traceable, safer food system. And in 1921, China implemented mandatory traceability requirements for all food products transported via cold chain, including dairy products, fruits, and drinks. Companies are under pressure from governments, consumers, NGOs, and other stakeholders to divulge more information about their supply chains, and the reputational cost of failing to meet these demands can be very high. Food traceability is the future. The use of technology such as blockchain and the Internet of Things gives food products a voice, enabling real-time monitoring and covering for human failure in compliance. At the turn of the 20th century, we saw the industrialization of food production. In the 1980s, we saw the rise of supermarkets and greater consumer choice. And in the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic, we are watching the rise of the endless shelf, where bricks and mortar businesses and e-commerce merge, and the line between online and offline blurs, as customers themselves check the availability of items in stock, but not on the shelves. The Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations estimates that the global food traceability industry will reach over 26 billion by 2025, driven by a concern for clean, safe, sustainable, and ethically sourced food. This afternoon, you'll hear some key players in Australia's agribusiness sector, an opportunity to look at the issue from the perspective of government, retail, grower, processor, food manufacturer, and distributor. Each of our panelists this morning, not this afternoon, will speak for around 5 minutes, and you'll have the opportunity to ask questions using the question and answer button at the bottom of your screen.